This is the Rode VideoMic Go 2, and it might just be the best all-round microphone that money can buy. Rode sent me this microphone free of charge. In fact, they sent me 2 of these microphones free of charge and 2 of these tripods to put them on, as well as a bunch of cables, but this video is not sponsored. In the box, you will get the microphone, this shock mount, this windshield, as well as a 3.5 to 3.5mm cable. This means that out of the box, you're not going to be able to use the VideoMic Go 2 as a USB microphone. You're going to need to get yourself a separate USB-C cable, and of course Rode also sell these. They come in a variety of flavors. You can have USB-C to USB-C, and you can have USB-C to USB-A, which is what I've got. The same also applies if you want to use this plugged into a phone or a tablet. That's assuming that you have a device that has a 3.5mm jack still, but we'll get onto that later. Weighing in at just 89 grams completely naked, or 96 grams including all these accessories that you see here, means that this microphone is really lightweight when you're using it attached to your camera. It's also pretty compact at just 120mm long without this windshield and just 150mm with it. The shock mount has built-in cable management for various different cable sizes. It also features a built-in sliding rail allowing you to position the microphone exactly where you want it. The included 3.5mm TRS cable is also flat, which means it fits perfectly into that cable management system. And that's a good thing, because it's actually pretty long. It's around 35 centimeters. Personally, I probably would just prefer the old stretchy coiled cable that you get with the Video Micro, but that's just me, and if you've got one of them, you can use it and it will work just fine. The length of the included cable, however, will help you out if you've got a bigger rig, maybe in a cage or something, and you need to route that cable all around your camera. The VideoMic Go 2 is a shotgun microphone with a ton of features. The Go 2 is powered from whichever device you have it plugged into, i.e. it has no onboard power. There's no battery to worry about charging, and you don't even have to worry about turning the thing on. It draws all of its power from whatever it's connected to, whether that's a camera or a computer or a phone, whatever. This for me is one of the best things about this microphone, and to be honest, it's pretty far down the list of things that this thing can do. But it's also one of the main reasons I used this Video Micro for so long. You don't have to worry about turning it on. If it's connected to your camera and you hit record, you're gonna get the audio. Obviously, it can't stop you from forgetting to hit record, and it's not gonna stop you being an idiot. So what can you actually connect it to? Well, pretty much anything that you might want to connect a microphone to. As I mentioned earlier, you're only going to have enough cables out of the box to connect it to something like a camera or, a handheld recorder like this Zoom recorder. If you do have a phone or a tablet that still has that little weird hole on it, then you just need a TRRS cable to be able to connect it and use it on one of those devices. And this works on either iOS or Android devices. If 3.5mm connections are not your thing, you can also connect it via USB-C. This works on both Mac and PC, where you can use it exactly as it is, or you can get a little bit extra by firing up the Rode Connect app. More on that in a minute. You can even take that USB-C cable and plug it directly into something like an iPad Pro. Or if you've got the correct dongle or adapter, you can plug it into a regular iPad, and you can even plug it into an iPhone if you've got something like this. This is the camera connection kit, and it'll allow you to do Lightning into USB. And again, that'll be picked up in the device just like it would if you was using a TRRS cable. If you do connect it via USB-C, then both iOS devices will ask you to download the Rode Mobile Central app in order to get the thing working, but once you do, you can use it with whichever app you want. Basically put, if you have a device that you want to use to record audio, the chances are you're going to be able to find some way to connect this microphone to it. One other useful feature of the Go 2, when you are using it via USB-C, you can also use the 3.5mm jack for monitoring by plug in some headphones directly into it, and then you get audio monitoring straight into your headphones, which is pretty handy. All this means that you could create a pretty small and versatile travel audio kit that you could use for doing podcasts on the go or interview content or whatever you like. And here's a feature that you probably won't see in any other reviews. The Go 2 has a small indicator light to let you know when it's powered on. It also indicates when you are peaking by flashing red. This only works in USB mode, by the way. But here's the bit you probably won't hear in any other review. If you place it next to a nice clean white wall in exactly the right position, you'll actually be able to see the separation of the red, green and blue lights on the wall, and it gives you a nice little pretty pattern. Completely useless information, but I like it. So I have the Video Mic Go 2 here in front of me on this boom arm. It is going straight into my iMac M1 through the Rode Connect app. And it sounds pretty good. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think? I also have one over here on my B-cam. Okay, I'm just editing this video and I think you can all agree that the sound quality of these clips where the microphone is on the top of the camera is not the best. I think, in all honesty, the distance between the microphone and the user makes a big difference. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm in a very echoey room and the sound from the camera microphone might not be the best, but you'll see for yourself. This is about ½ meter away. I can just about touch the lens, and that's going directly into the camera. If I switch between them, you can probably hear the difference between this one that's up close and going into the Mac and this one that is a little bit further away and going directly into the camera. The audio on this camera has no additional processing, whereas the one on this camera does, because it's going into the Rode Central app on the Mac, and you get a few extra features. I'll talk more about that when we get to the Rode Connect section of the video. The Video Mic Go 2 is a shotgun microphone, therefore directional, meaning whatever you have it pointed at, that's the sound it's going to try and pick up. This should mean that it rejects background noise. Now I'm going to let you judge that for yourselves. I'm in an untreated room and it's a little bit echoey, there is some background noise, so let me know again in the comments what you think. One thing you do have to watch out for on this microphone are plosives. If you're using the microphone as close as I am here, then make sure you're using the windscreen. In a previous video, I used this microphone without the windscreen and I did pick up a little bit of audio distortion from some plosives. Now, it does recommend on the Rode website that you use the windscreen if you're using the microphone up this close, but I kind of read that after I'd already tested it out. So I now know and I'm telling you. If you've seen my Rode NT USB Mini review, which if you haven't, I will link it up here and down here, you will already know all about Rode Connect. Just like the NT USB Mini, you can connect the Go 2 to Rode Connect as one of up to 4 microphones. Once you've connected it to your computer and done any firmware updates that might be required, you just need to pick one of the 4 available slots and then you're going to get access to some additional features. You can set the levels for the microphone using this slider, you can mute the microphone, and you can solo the microphone when you're monitoring audio. Then for some additional settings, just click on the microphone and you'll get another page. In here you can set the gain for the microphone just like you can on the NT USB Mini, but you also have got a couple of extra features which you don't get on that microphone. Like pad. Turning on pad will give you an instant reduction of 20 decibels on your input pad, which again is recommended by Rode when you're using the microphone this close up. But what I will say is on a previous recording, I did turn that on and it was super quiet. So just be careful. Currently, I don't actually have it turned on because I really had to boost the gain in post in order to just hear me. It was really, really quiet. So just something that you probably want to play around with before you do your final recording. You can also activate a 2-step high pass filter, and this will be at 75 and 150 Hertz, as well as turn on a high frequency boost. The rest is as before. You've got a noise gate, a compressor, an exciter, and a big bottom, all of which I currently have turned on. Rode Central allows you to set some of the same features that you can in the Rode Connect app, but this time on your mobile device. Rode Reporter will give you the same set of options that you get in the Rode Central app, but you can also record your audio directly into the app and export it from there. When you do go to export it, you can also choose the quality and compression of the audio. The Rode VideoMic Go 2 is the most versatile microphone I've ever used. Now, admittedly, that isn't a huge list, but it's still true. The fact that you can use it as either a USB microphone or a 3.5mm connection makes it the perfect microphone for any content creator. When you want it to be simple, it's simple. You just plug it into your camera and go. Maybe that's where the Go name comes from. Pretty good. When you want to be able to mess around with audio effects and frequencies, then you can do that too. Just plug it into your computer and you can mess around with that in the Rode Connect app. Honestly, for the price, which at time of recording is 99 quid in the UK, it's $99 in the US, and it's $149 in Australia. Can't forget those guys. I know you guys are watching, and it's where Rode products are made after all. I think it's a super compelling buy. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that this is the microphone that you should get when you're first starting out, and pretty much replaces this Video Micro. That's assuming that you can swing the extra cash. Obviously, this is a little bit more expensive than this. And I know 100 quid is not what you would call cheap for a lot of people. The fact that this mic is so versatile, however, means that you're less likely to need to replace it as quickly. That said, I'd still use this Video Micro all the time. This thing is a tank. But for a little bit more money and not much more footprint, the VideoMic Go 2 is a no-brainer. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.